I think Erika Kirk is a remarkable young lady. You've seen a lot of her on Fox, promoting Charlie's last book. And if she doesn't promote it, nobody does, so that's very important. But I'll tell you what's really bothering me, America. These people who are trashing her on the left and these neo-fascists on the right. These people are evil. Absolutely contemptible. For Tucker Carlson to do what looked like a 5-minute hostage film, this flabby little frat boy who grew up with enormous wealth, his father married an heir to the Swanson frozen food family, he went to private schools, boarding school. All he does is trash our country, whine about our country sucks, our government sucks, our economy sucks. Meanwhile, this guy has a massive home somewhere in Maine, a massive home somewhere in Florida, and now he's going to have a home in Qatar, although he left Qatar very quickly after he made a complete ass out of himself. Trashing our country, trashing our way of life, trashing our allies. He's a contemptible buffoon. But he puts out this video where he does his usual statement, evil, vile, libelous statement, and then he pretends he doesn't make the statement. And everybody's on to him now. Everybody knows he's a phony and a fraud. If I were saying, but I'm not saying, and I have friends on both sides, but then again, and what is this guy? He's no governor on his mouth either. He's a putz. That's it. Evil, hateful, nasty, spoiled little brat. That's the way, apparently, it's been for a long time. He's a media creation. He's done literally nothing. Think about it. Literally nothing. Not a great lawyer, not a great surgeon, not even an adequate or average plumber or electrician. He contributed nothing to America. Nothing. But he continues to trash America. He's now on a warpath against Christians, particularly pastors who actually preach the gospel. He hates Jews. That's very obvious now. He's sort of the Pat Buchanan of the modern age, or worse. He trashes the greatest generation. We platforms these Hitlerites. He rewrites history like Marxists, condemning Churchill and Britain, which were defending themselves and their allies. I mean, how sick can you be? They use Saul Alinsky tactics, try to viciously destroy anybody who disagrees with them. Anybody. Usually attacking their race, their religion, their ethnicity. You know, we know what Nick Fuentes is. Nick Fuentes is a Klansman in a funeral suit. That's what he is. Nothing smart about the guy, nothing new about the guy. Massive amounts of people listen to his program from overseas, particularly Muslim countries. He's a grifter. That's how he makes his money. Another asswipe. But Carlson was born with a platinum spoon in his mouth. He was handed everything. He's still handed everything. He has billionaires financing him. He's got people with links to Qatar, if not directly, indirectly. He's Qatar's favorite lapdog. Not even a close second out there. He's Qatar's favorite lapdog. The same Qatar that was involved in the murder of 3,000 Americans and others on 9/11. The same Qatar that supported the Taliban, the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas. The same Qatar that enslaves tens of thousands of people. Who is this fool, this moron? Has he said something intelligent? No. Has he written something intelligent? No. Has he done anything useful? No. He's a concoction. A concoction. Laughing all the way to the bank. That would be the Bank of Qatar. He's a hideous person. That video that he did with respect to Erika Kirk was unbelievably loathsome. He can't come out and say, leave her alone, Candace. Leave her alone. Instead, he's got to spew the conspiracy theories. I don't know if they're true or not. I know they're not true. I know the Mossad did not play a role in Charlie Kirk's death. The FBI and the Utah police got their man, and he's on trial now. There's not some massive conspiracy involving a judge, a potential jury, prosecutors, defense lawyers, and everybody else. I mean, this isn't a tough one. The guy was caught red-handed. He's carving stuff into bullets. They've got his texts. His parents turned him over to the cops. I mean, if this isn't open and shut, then I've never seen open and shut. Of course, there'll be a trial. But why not just participate in, but gaslight the conspiracy theories? Everybody knows that Candace Owens is a psycho job. She's a head case. Everybody knows. She's an anti-Semitic pig. Everybody knows it. Her father-in-law knows it. I just assumed it didn't need a lot of explanation. Everybody knows that Steve Bannon was a crook, that he confessed to it, that he was ripping off maybe many of you to get money to build a wall that he was never going to build. He pled guilty to it. And he begged President Trump for a pardon at the federal level so he wouldn't be charged there. That's what he is. He's a crook. Everybody knows it, especially him. Folks, I have a question for you. Do you believe America's best days are still ahead? With the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence coming up in less than a year, my friends at the Heritage Foundation are taking stock of the current situation, and they need your input. They've launched a survey on America's future to gauge how Americans feel right now about where we are as a nation and where we're headed in the next 250 years. You know, for decades, your American values have been under attack, but now, with President Trump's administration in office, we have an opportunity to turn the tide and usher in a new golden age for America. But the Heritage Foundation needs to hear from you. What policies do patriots like you most care about? What do you believe are the defining principles of America? What legacy do you believe we should pass on to the next generation? Please visit heritage.org/Levin today and share your feedback and help shape the future of America. That's heritage.org/LEVIN. Paid for by the Heritage Foundation. Everybody knows Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the dumbest people to ever serve in the House of Representatives. Everybody knows it. The left knows it. That's why they keep platforming her. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene, imbecile. And I can go down the list. Leave Erika Kirk alone. Leave her alone. She's a grieving widow. She is trying to do the very best that she can. I haven't talked to her. I don't know her that well. I did know Charlie quite well. When I would go to TPUSA events, and I haven't been invited there in 3 or 4 years, but I don't ask to be invited to anything. She was always with him. She loved him. She has children with him. Young children who she needs to raise without their father. He was horrifically assassinated. Get off her back. Leave her alone. And don't put out your phony video, you little bastard, Carlson. We're playing all sides. All sides. Because this fool in the end, he failed as a journalist. He failed on TV. He now has this little niche that he's carved out. But that little niche requires him to attract as many psychopaths, as many unstable, bigots, racists, anti-Semites, anti-Christians, anti-Americans as possible. It requires him to attract as many foreign Islamists in Qatar, in Pakistan, all over the world as he possibly can. And his Saul Alinsky tactics against some of the most decent people you could ever know. Some of the most decent people you'll ever meet. They were working for a while. But then I decided enough is enough. I don't like bullies. I don't like bigots. I don't like racists. I don't like anti-Semites. I don't like individuals who grift off of our country while trashing and undermining our country. What's being done to Erika Kirk is nauseating. From the Marxist Islamist left and from the Neo-Fascist right. Sometimes, America, things are as they actually seem. Sometimes, America, facts actually are facts. Who benefits from these conspiracy theories? The slobs, the slugs, like Carlson, to attract more and more people. They have to. Unfortunately, for many podcasters and self-appointed phony influencers, you've got to keep hyping the preposterous. You've got to keep hyping the most outrageous. That's what these people do. That's who they are. They're tearing this country apart. They're going to elect the Democrats in the midterm elections. They're going to elect a Democrat in 2028. And then they're going to blame all of you, Mr. and Mrs. America. Or they're going to blame Donald Trump. I see it already. They're certainly not going to blame themselves. And when Carlson and his ilk tell you that they hate the Republican Party, they despise the Republican Party, that they're not going to vote Republican, they're already telling you what they're doing. Now, I want to ask you, Mr. and Mrs. America, I have the most patriotic audience in America. That's you. Do you think we're going to attract voters as constitutional conservatives? If we embrace racism, bigotry, misogyny, anti-Semitism, anti-Christianity, anti-Americanism, do you think? Is there a party in America that's ever run on those policies? Is that who you are? Is that who you want to be associated with? Do you literally want to pay for that? and subsidize that? This guy's laughing at you all the way to the bank. What do you think Rush Limbaugh would say today? He never liked Carlson in the first place. What do you think he'd say about him? Seriously, America, what do you think? I'm sure I'm not alone, not in this audience of red-blooded Americans. But I want to speak to the men for a moment. What do you think about some pissant trashing a widow like this? Is that okay by you? I'm asking the men in this audience. Is that okay by you? That some guy keeps gaslighting this stuff, trying to make money off this stuff, trying to get more eyes, more grift? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I know we red-blooded Americans, we men have not sunk this low. It's time to cut this guy off. It's time to be done with this guy. It's time to throw him out with the trash. Because that's what he is. He's trash.